So for our second game of New York Dynamo against the Providence Capitals, we're going to start with an interview with a few of our injured players. So we'd like to welcome first off Braden Middleton. Braden, how's it going today?
Good. It's feeling good.
So Braden, as we all know, went out with a bad knee injury. I was wondering if you could give us a little heads up on how that's going for you, Braden.
It's going good. Hurts. Can't walk on it yet, but hope to get out there soon and feeling good right now.
Good to hear. What did you think of your team as you watched the first game of the Capitals?
It was good. We just need to compete a little more and bury the rebounds.
Good play coming from a great wise defenseman. Says you need to clear the rebounds at the front, which we also miss Middleton right now clearing those rebounds out for us. So, Braden, I know you live in the area down here. Do you have a favorite college team down by here?
Yeah, RPI.
RPI. I understand you went to the game last night?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Oh, good to hear. You got a favorite player there?
Yeah, number 25, Timling.
Oh, I like it. I like it. Good to hear, man. Well, I'd like to say thank you very much to Braden Middleton, and we cannot wait to have him back on the ice with the Dynamo. And I don't know if you'd like to give a shout out to anyone that might be listening to you, Braden.
Just my parents, that's all.
Good to hear. To the parents who make things work for Braden Middleton, and we wish him a very speedy recovery. Thanks for your time, Braden.
Thank you.
All right, next up we have Chris Mahoney. Chris Mahoney is out with a head injury that he received last weekend, and will be back to practice on Monday. Here supporting his team. How did you feel about the first game, Chris?
Well, I don't think we played too well. We can play a lot better, but I do think we had this game today.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I like it. So, how about you? Do you have a favorite college team from around the area?
Gotta be you.
BU. I think you have a BU fan right in front of you.
I think I do too.
Is that MacArthur's boy?
It is.
And he allows him to wear a BU hat. That's almost interesting. I think he was a Boston College man himself, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
That's all right. To each their own. Anything else you'd like to give a shout out to anyone that might be watching at home?
I gotta go with Brand's answer, my parents.
All right. Also, thank you to the parents for making things happen. So we look forward to having you back next week, Chris, and appreciate your time.
Thank you.
So thanks for coming. Enjoy the game. Are you guys going to watch it from the bench?
Yes, we will.
Give some insight on the bench for us.
Well, it's a lot happening. You know, a lot of people coming off and on ice, but you know, it's a great atmosphere on the bench, and just like to keep it up.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, gentlemen, thanks for your time, and we'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Thanks a lot, boys. Thank you. Make sure you watch out. So thank you very much to Braden Middleton and Chris Mahoney. That was our first interview that we got to give, and hopefully we can do some more of those. I know it's hard before the game, but it was nice to have them come visit and chat with us, and you can see the look in their eyes, Bill. They're ready to be back with the Dynamo here as soon as possible.
Yes, they are. They're itching.
So hopefully we fueled up on a good lunch, and we're ready to rock and roll this game. First game was very fast-paced. Shots probably went through the Capitals on that game, Bill, I'm thinking.
I believe so.
A few times Bryn Babby got peppered, and, you know, they only did get 4 total goals. But she made a lot of high-quality saves, and I think Middleton said it best with clearing out some rebounds, keeping our defense in charge there. And the you know, the wingers did a good job last game on coming down low, which is always good for the wingers to do, you know. But when you play these good teams, it kind of opens up the D, and they were utilizing the D. So a few times that kind of took us off guard. Okay, so we'll see how this game goes. We'll see if we're going to run our 6D and 8 forwards or if we're going to switch things up for game 2. Okay, so we're getting ready for a puck drop here. New York Dynamo, game 2 of the day. Up front, we'll have Patrick, Evans, and Hayescamp. The back end, Labor and Frazier. In the wing for Dynamo, Braden Wing. Face off. Face off. Won by Capitals. Capitals. Clear that up. Hayescamp. Hayescamp clears the zone. No offsides on the play. Shot. Save. Save by Braden Wing. Long shot from the blue line. Hayescamp on the face-off. Won by Capitals. Capitals. Labor. Nice defensive play. Tries to clear it up. Capitals take over. Capitals will take it behind the net. Frazier gives chase. Capitals. Capitals keep it in the zone. Back to the corner by the Capitals. Frazier knocks him off the play. Comes up to Hayescamp. Evans will pick that up. Evans will keep it. And get a shot on the net. Blocker save by Capitals. Capitals entering the zone. 3-on-2. Tries to drop pass. Won't quite get there. That's Chapman trying to clear that up. And Benchoff will clear the zone. Capitals D to D. Almost broken up by Chapman. Bennett just loses. Oh, she helps onto it. Bennett on a break. Shot score. Fallon Bennett on a defensive play. Caught that in the glove. Kept it alive. Goes in for the breakaway. And nothing but net. Good? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but you sound a little distorted.
Maybe I got to keep it down here closer.
That sounds better.
That microphone. Hopefully the fans at home will hear us a little clearer now. And Dynamo on the board 1-0 by a nice defensive play by Fallon Bennett. Unassisted. Chapman gives chase. Nice hit there by Callison. Bennett over to Benchoff. Benchoff gets it up to Chapman. Chapman gets hit on the boards there. Looked like the player's stick got caught. Walker on the boards. Trying to keep him outside. Shot. Save. Braden Wing. So we'll have a change up here. Looks like both teams will be changing. Except for Walker and Manis. They'll stay on the back end. Hayescamp, Kalan, Gadwa up front. Hayescamp for the draw. Capitals win that. They'll keep it in the zone. That's over to Walker. Walker battles in the corner, shoots it behind the net. Capitals come up with it. Capitals try to center, and that's broken up. Manis gets it up the boards to Gadwa. Nice play by Manis. Gadwa. Colin, good puck support there. Comes in, looking to shoot, dangles, goes behind the net. Capitals will take over that play, and Manis, good pinch there, tries to keep that play alive. Kalan will take his position and come up with the puck. Kalan. Capitals will dump that in. Giving chase is Walker. Walker picks that up. Walker. Knocked away by Capitals. Manis. His partner will help him out and pick that up. Capitals out front. Save, Braden Wing. Out front again. Another save. Those rebounds we talked about. Nice save there by Braden Wing. Change of lines up front. We'll have Evans, Patrick, and McCormick, Labor, and Frazier on the back end. So as of now, it does appear we're going with the 8 forwards and 6 deep. Labor behind the net. Gets it up. That's Evans. Evans trying to clear the zone. Gets back to Labor's stick. And McCormick will pick that up. McCormick chips it up to Evans. Evans tries getting it up to Patrick. Can't quite get there. Patrick gives chase. Battle on the boards. Picked up by Labor. Labor with the puck on the stick again. Up to Evans. Evans picked up by McCormick. McCormick, long shot there. Just shot wide. Patrick, nice pass there to McCormick. McCormick gives chase behind the net. Capitals in the corner. Looks like Patrick with the Capitals there. 3 Capitals on that by Patrick, playing solo right there. Patrick shoots it back in the corner. Be picked up by the Capitals. Capitals looking to clear the zone. And that's intercepted by McCormick. Capitals will clear the zone. Capitals coming in, just shot wide. It'll be Evans. Evans will pick that up. He'll go behind the net for Dynamo. Evans gets it up to Chapman. Chapman looks for McCormick, finds him. McCormick, shot block. Benchoff dumps it back into the corner. Capitals will pick that up. Capitals will clear the zone. Benchoff. Dynamo gives chase. That's Walker. Walker will take a hit on the boards. Callison comes up with it. Callison stays wide. Shot towards the net. Gloved out by the netminder.
Maybe hold it a little bit farther away from your mouth.
Is that better?
I think so.
Try that.
Yeah.
Need instruction from my partner, Bill. So hopefully we can get this as clear as possible for the people at home. Capitals in the corner. Come up with it. Capitals. No ice on the call. Manis gives chase. Manis comes up with it. Manis up to Hayskamp. Hayskamp clears the zone. Callison tries to get that by. Capitals will keep that. Capitals in the corner. Get up on the wing side. Nice body check there. That's Hayskamp. Hayskamp using his size here today, Bill. Callison broken up. Manis almost keeps that alive. Oh, good play there by Manis, knocking him off the puck. And Capitals keep that out. They will center it and picked up by Chapman. Shot back in by the Capitals. Walker giving chase. We'll have our first penalty of the game. Appears to be an interference call. And it will be on 34. Carson Chapman. Receive a minute 30 for interference. So power play for Capitals right now. On the penalty kill, Frazier, Bennett, McCormick, and Gadwa. Puck won by Dynamo. Capitals pick it up behind the net. Tried the center. No one home. Capitals. Gadwa will pick that up. Gadwa sees McCormick. McCormick will tip that in on a no ice. McCormick gives chase. Capitals getting out of the zone. Capitals still in control. Keeps it by himself. Power play goal. Oh, looks like Something just ended up out on the ice right in front of us. Don't think that'll be an issue, but so even though the Capitals player got knocked off the puck there, he was knocked down, he stayed with the play, picked the puck up, and later on scored that goal. So I will say nice play by the Capitals on keeping the play alive and keeping the puck in their zone.
Looks like a hair tie.
It did look like a hair tie went flying out on the ice. Labor gets it to Walker. Walker gets it up to Kalan. Kalan up to McCormick. Chipped away by the Capitals. Capitals. D to D. Intercepted by Walker, and he'll walk that in. Oh, and a big save by Braden Wing. That's Walker in the corner, looking for help. He's going to keep it. Gets it up. Broken up by the Capitals. Capitals entering the zone, keeping control of the puck, trying to put it towards the front. Capitals still in control. Capitals still in control. They'll shoot it behind the net. That'll be Labor. Labor. Mixed up by the front. McCormick will give chase. That's going to be picked up by the Capitals. The Capitals. Monis. Monis takes it behind the net. Looking for his winger. Sees Gadwa there. Oh, he makes a nice play. Hayskamp goes up to Gadwa. Gadwa. Shot blocked by the Capitals. Back to Benchoff. Benchoff finds his partner. That's Monis. Monis looks for Evans. Evans gives chase. Capitals will clear that. Shot wide. Battle in the corner there. He'll shoot that in, and that'll give chase to Benchoff. Evans out there, block shot by Hayskamp. Capitals take that over. Capitals in the corner. Hayskamp. Patrick makes a nice play on the boards. Clears the zone right to Evans. Evans. Oh, tries a toe drag. Broken up by the Capitals. Oh, Hayskamp almost got a stick on that. Capitals clearing the zone. That was an offsides, missed. However, the play moves on. Hayskamp leaving the zone. Capitals will pick that up. It seems like no matter where the puck goes, the Capitals have a player open, Bill. It's
Always.
bizarre.
Always.
Even when they clear the zone there, it goes up to, a black jersey waiting for the puck on the far blue line. Capitals will make a nice move there. McCormick will get him off the puck. And there'll be a battle in the corner. Chapman comes up with it. Chapman tries to clear the zone. That's kept in. Kept in by the Capitals. Capitals still in control behind the net. Still in control, keeping it. The puck, good puck support to the outside right there. Somehow it's still on his stick. Gets a pass out. Bennett. Bennett gives chase. Bennett's going to rifle that around. Kept in by the Capitals. Pass out front, intercepted by Bennett. Capitals also cleared out front. That was also tipped by Bennett. Battle on the boards. Frazier gets that out. Capitals. Capitals are there once again. And we'll clear that down the ice for an icing call. And we'll have a stoppage of play at 5:51. In the first period, score 1-1 Dynamo Capitals. Second game of today. Walker, Labor on the back end. Hayskamp, Chapman, and Cowison up front. Capitals win control of that. Capitals. Tried clearing. Picked up by Dynamo. Chapman, Labor in the corner. Braden Wing get a stoppage of play right there. Benshoff and Monist will be on the back end. Cowison, Hayscamp, Chapman up front. Dynamo comes up with it. Benshoff shoots it up. They will clear the zone on that. Capitals trying to enter the zone. Cowison knocks him off the puck. Benshoff. Benshoff makes a nice play right there. Good patience. And that'll come up to mid-ice. That's Monist. Monist stays with it. Monist entering the zone. Looking for a shot. Shot block. Chapman gives chase. Chapman will come up with it. Chapman takes a body hit on the boards. Stays with it. Monist giving help. Monist keeping that play alive. Back behind the net to Hayscamp. Hayscamp will take a body check. He'll get knocked off the puck there. Cowison. Cowison on the boards. Capitals will clear the zone. And we'll have no icing on the call there. Capitals will beat them down the ice and come up with it behind the net. Chapman all over him. They get it out to the front. Shot save. Blocked away by Monist. Those are the rebounds that we got to clear out. Great job by Giovanni Monist. Well, I feel like we just said it, Bill, but no matter where the Capitals shoot the puck, they have a player available, and that was tipped in on a weird angle on the side of the net, but there was a Capital player there ready to
Right.
tip that in.
Exactly. He was right there and made the nice tip. They wound up going 5-hole.
It was a nice tip. McCormick entering the zone. Shot block. Bennett comes up with it. Looks to shoot. Shot wide. Gadwa looking to go to the corner. Sees McCormick. Bouncing puck. Capitals clear the zone. Kalan comes up with it. Kalan over to Gadwa. Gadwa. Just missed that. Capitals will clear the zone. And Frazier on the back end. Nice back check by Frazier right there. Capitals still get a shot off. Braden Wing with the save.
Beautiful back check there by Frazier.
So we'll have Labor and Walker on the back end. Cowison, Gadwa, McCormick up front. Capitals will win the faceoff. They'll keep that in. Walker gives chase. Saved by Braden Wing. Face-off. Face-off won by Capitals. Save Braden Wing. Got a shot on the face-off there. Kalan looking to clear the zone. Capitals are there. We got 4 Capitals all in the play right there, and they will come up with it. And he'll find a defense on the far side. Shot save. Gadwa picks it up. Up to McCormick. McCormick. Shot save. Up front, Hayscamp, Evans, Patrick, Benshoff, and Monist on the back end. Capitals won the faceoff. Hayscamp comes up with it. Hayscamp out front. Oh, almost to Evans, and Evans almost buried that. Nice play by Hayscamp to Evans. Capitals will clear the zone. Good chance opportunity right there for Dynamo. Shot save. Benshoff comes up with it. Benshoff tries to clear. Capitals come up. Shot wide. Capitals still in control. I think that was Giovanni Monist lead a nice body check there to knock the Capitals off the puck. Up comes Patrick. Patrick giving chase. Hayscamp and Patrick all over him. Monist looking for Evans. Evans comes up with it. Evans to Benshoff. Benshoff shoots it over to the side to Chapman. Chapman will pick that up. He'll shoot it right up to Evans. Capitals will interfere. D to D. Capitals entering the zone. Nice back check by Hayescamp. Bench off. Clear the zone right there. And we'll have an icing on the play. Chapman, McCormick, and Cowson up front. Frazier and Bennett on the back end. Won by Capitals. Capitals. Shot, save. Face off. Capitals will take control. Capitals take it in the corner. That's Chapman with a hard body check. Capitals come up with it. D to D. Shot wide. Chapman giving chase. Finds the defense. Chapman. Oh, and Capitals keep that play alive in there. Up to Frazier. Frazier gets it up to McCormick. Frazier staying in the play. Frazier. Shot wide. Nice job by Frazier staying in the play. That was a big interference call right in front of the referee. No call. Chapman's all right. He's a little slow to get up. They're letting him play, so to speak. Frazier gives chase. That's going to be Chapman. Chapman's just fine. Chapman does clear the zone. Oh, kept in by the Capitals. Battle in the corner. Looks like a Dynamo player lost his stick right there. Not sure who that one is, but cleared out by Dynamo. That's McCormick heading up. Capitals usually have two guys on the puck as soon as we touch it. Capitals, once again, clearing, entering the zone. That's Walker. Walker tries breaking him off. Kalan helping. Capitals still in control. That's Kalan. Kalan. Kalan up to Gadwa. Gadwa. Well, dump that in. Hayescamp giving chase. Hayescamp. That's Kalan on the far side. Gadwa keeps that play alive, and that's the end of the first period. I didn't realize that period was already over, Bill.
Yeah, that went quick.
That did go quick. Fast-paced hockey. 2-1 Capitals in the lead.
Frazier didn't actually lose his stick. The other player was holding his stick, and Frazier opted to let go of it.
That was
Not
a
get called for a hooking penalty, probably, but
smart play by Frazier. Unfortunately, we didn't get the call on the hold, but that was a smart play. So even with the short bench that the Capitals have, they're running two lines in 5D, and they have really been over Dynamo for the second game now, even with a short bench like that.
yeah, they're well conditioned.
Okay, start of period 2, we'll have Frazier and Labor on the back end, Hayescamp, Patrick, and Evans up front. Face-off won by Capitals. Capitals, D to D, up the boards. No icing. Labor gives chase. Labor shoots it to the side. That's Evans. Evans trying to clear the zone. Hayescamp will clear the zone. He'll shoot it above. And we'll have an icing on the play. And the Capitals will be called for a penalty right there.
Interference, it looks like.
So Dynamo will be on the power play. Face off will go back down to the far end. Evans, Patrick, and Hayescamp, Walker, and Monist on the back end. Hayescamp. Over to Monist. Monist tries to shoot that deep. We'll watch this. They battle for it along the boards. Monist comes up with it. Monist up to Walker. Walker. Capitals will clear the zone. Monist gives chase. Monist looking for Hayescamp. Finds him. Hayescamp looks for Walker. Little behind him, but we got time. Walker. Walker gets it up to Patrick. Patrick takes a hard check there. Stays with the play. Hayescamp comes up with it. Hayescamp entering the zone. Oh, and he gets tripped. No call. Wow.
There.
Okay, we're back. We're back. Patrick. Patrick into Monist. Monist. Over to Hayescamp. Hayescamp. Hayescamp to Patrick. Save. Capitals give chase. Capitals try to clear the zone. Giovanni Monist keeps that in, and we'll have a stoppage of play. That was a tough one to watch right there. Hayescamp's feet almost were pulled up over his head with no call. No call on the trip there.
Yeah, that's a hard one to believe. That
He calls a light one in the corner on an interference call, but lets an obvious trip go in the middle of the ice. Either way, Dynamo still on the power play. 16 seconds left. Kalan gets that to Bennett. Bennett gets it to McCormick. McCormick, shot save. Kalan to Benchoff. Benchoff back to Kalan. Kalan to Gadwa. Shot wide. Bennett tries chipping that in. Capitals are in the way. Capitals. Nice defensive play by Bennett, and that will be shot wide. Capitals keep that in. Bennett interferes. Bennett looking for Gadwa on the far side. Gadwa does come up with it. Back to Bennett. Bennett goes back to Gadwa. Gadwa to Kalan. Kalan back to Bennett. Capitals interfere. McCormick. McCormick looking for space. He'll chip it up to Gadwa there. Capitals will intercept that and dump it back in the zone. Benchoff. Benchoff will clear that out. Capitals, D to D, up to the middle. Nice pass work right there by the Capitals. Takes it outside, centering pass. Centering pass right there. That was a nice play from the neutral zone on by the Capitals. (3-1) Capitals lead. 13:05 left in the second period. Cowson, Hayescamp, Chapman, Frazier, and Labor on the back end. Won by Capitals. Capitals. Well, and that looks like Chapman. Chapman back to Labor. Labor shoots it wide. Picked up by the Capitals. Capitals. Chapman giving chase. Chapman. And the Capitals will clear that out. Capitals, look, nice defensive play by Frazier, knocked away. Frazier shoots it in. That's Hayescamp. Hayescamp shoots it around the boards. Labor gives chase behind the net right there, and Labor battles. Chapman comes up with it. Chapman will clear the zone. And D to D. Up to the middle. Capitals will stay on sides and shoot the puck in. Labor will give chase. Labor shoots it back towards Chapman, picked up by the Capitals. Capitals looking for the wide guy. Shot just wide. Capitals shot save. Nice stoppage of play by Braden Wing right there. So we'll have McCormick, Evans, and Patrick, Monist, and Walker. Patrick looking to dump that in. Evans gives chase. Knocked up. That'll be McCormick will pick that up. Capitals will pick that up, clear the zone. And Capitals will gain control once again. Capitals kept in by Patrick. Patrick over to Evans. Evans looking to cross that out front. Can't quite get there. And McCormick. Nice play there by Patrick and Evans to find McCormick out front. 3-2, Capitals still in the lead. Up front, Hayskamp, Kalan, Gadwa, Bennett, and Benchoff on the back end. Capitals take control. Cleared out. Oh, Capitals end up with it again. Shot wide. Capitals will give chase. That's Bennett. Capitals have it behind the net. Still have it behind the net. Oh, Gadwa will take a hard hit right there by the Capitals. Look like a flying elbow right there from the top shelf. Gadwa gets up. He'll enter the zone. Pass to Kalan. Gadwa will get it back. To Hayskamp. Oh, shot save. Gadwa gives chase in the corner. That's Bennett. Bennett goes behind the net to Benchoff. Little far. Gadwa. Gadwa will pick the puck up. Up to Kalan. Kalan. Kalan centers. Looking for Gadwa. Finds him. A little bit far. Gadwa. Gadwa. Shot score. Gadwa Kalan. Nice play. That's a great duo. Gadwa Kalan. Really moving the puck well today.
Yeah, it looked like Gadwa was going to lose that one and not be able to get a shot off, but he was able to get it back and get it on a low glove slide.
No doubt about it, Bill. Okay, 3-3, all tied up here in the second period with 10 minutes left. Frazier on the puck. Hopefully we get a little life back in the Dynamo right now, tying the game up. Behind the net, Capitals, D to D. Here it comes, there it goes. Capitals trying to center. Frazier out front. Oh, nice shot by Cowison. Nice check there by Frazier and Cowison. And that'll be cleared away. Dynamo clearing the zone. Capitals. That'll be an icing call. And they won't miss that one. Thank goodness. That was an easy one. Okay, like I said, 3-3, looking for some life in the Dynamo to come up here because the Capitals will keep the puck and move it on their stick very well and sometimes tough to break away from. Hayskamp out front. Hayskamp. Shot. No rebound. Great job by Patrick. Crash in the net right there. Scooped up by the goalie for the Capitals. Hayskamp on the faceoff. Hayskamp wins it to Walker. Walker gets a shot off, shot wide. Monist keeps it alive. Monist towards the front. Patrick will pick that up. Patrick takes a big hit. Stays with it. Evans gives him help on the Capital stick. Capitals will clear. Walker will break that up. Walker gets it up to Patrick. Patrick, nice move. Patrick shooting in. Tries to center. Shot. Save. It's loose. Out front. They will clear it. And it will be an icing call. Nice job by Dynamo right there. Nice puck support by Evans, backing up Patrick. Patrick went into the corner. Evans came out with it. Good job by Dynamo. McCormick, Gadwa, Kalan, bench off Bennett. Come on, keeps that alive. Come on. Sees McCormick. McCormick gets a shot off save. Oh, Bennett almost kept that in the zone. Capitals will clear. They'll enter the zone. And Capitals will come up with it. Gadwa to Capitals. Nice body check there. Bennett comes up with it. Bennett's going to keep it. Gets it over to McCormick. McCormick. Picked up by Capitals. Oh, over to Gadwa. And Gadwa buries the second of the day.
That was a nice look there. McCormick saw Gadwa wide open.
I didn't see what
Got
happened
it
there,
over
Bill.
to him.
McCormick got it over to Gadwa there.
Who was wide open and took the one-timer.
Hayes Camp, Chapman, Cowison up front. Dynamo in the lead, 4-3. Labor in the back end. Labor with Monis on the back end now. Hayes Camp coming in. Scott, shot wide. Looked like he tried getting that over to Chapman. Just came off of his stick wrong. Chapman tries to clear that. Capitals come up with it. Capitals entering the zone. Oh, shot saved by Wing. D to D. And that'll clear the zone. Chapman gives chase. Hayes Camp, Cowison on the Monis. Monis will take a hit there. They tried to center. That'll clear. Dynamo finally getting a few breaks. Getting the puck out of the zone. Capitals trying to clear. Can't quite do it. And a few breaks by the Dynamo there. Labor will get it back to Cowison. Cowison gets it up to Monis. Monis chips that. And that'll go to Capitals D to D. Oh, almost picked up by Chapman. Capitals will clear the zone. Capitals entering the zone. Dump that in. Labor gives chase. Hayes Camp. Labor in the corner, battling for the puck. Puck's loose, and it's broken up. Capitals come up with it. Capitals go to the D. Oh, shot block there. Cowison will clear the zone. Capitals going behind the net. Cowison on the forecheck. Monis will knock that back in. Monis will take a shot from the back end. No call on the play. Capitals. Shot wide. Back to the Capitals. Shot, block. Hayes Camp entering the zone. Hayes Camp will dump that in for a change. Frazier and Walker entering the ice. McCormick, Evans, and Patrick. Icing on the call. Icing on the play. Change the lines for Dynamo. From Evans, Patrick, and McCormick up front. Frazier and Walker on the back end. Face off. Face off. Battle in the middle. Evans comes up with it. Evans goes wide to Walker. Nice pass right there. Walker tries stepping in. Capitals are all over him. Walker sticks with it. gets it back to McCormick. McCormick shot, just shot wide. Nice play there by Walker, keeping that alive. Oh, Capitals come up with it. Capitals. Oh, what a defensive play by Walker. And the Capitals stayed with it. Just found an opening. And they'll tie it up at 4. 4-4. Walker almost cleared that out of the zone right there. Made a nice defensive play. Kind of a random shot. Just caught off guard. And they'll tie it up at 4. Benchoff gets it up to Patrick. Patrick tries to get it into the zone. That's Benchoff again. Benchoff gets it out, up to Patrick. Patrick gets taken off the play. Capitals enter towards the middle. Tries to clear it out front. Can't quite do it. Benchoff gives chase. Patrick helping out. McCormick helping out. Capitals come up with it. Capitals will shoot it towards the net. It'll be kept outside by Bennett. Bennett shoots it up the boards. That's McCormick. McCormick enters the zone. Makes a nice move. Just shot wide. Capitals. So we have a whistle on the play. I'm uncertain what the whistle was.
Too many men, I think.
Do we have a penalty?
Too many men, I think.
That's the correct call, Bill. Too many men on the ice for Dynamo. I didn't really see it.
I didn't either, but that's the only thing I could think of. But
No, I saw him give the circle for too many men on the ice. So that was the penalty.
because Bennett and Modest were both on the ice over there, and we still had 4 players over here.
Okay, Capitals in control. Capitals clear the zone. Wide pass there. Capitals will take it in. Wide shot. Tough angled shot right there. We're going to take that to our advantage for Dynamo. And Hayskamp. Hayskamp comes up with it. Short-handed. Crosses it over towards Gadwa. Gadwa dumps it into the corner. Capitals come up with it. Towards the middle. That's Walker. That breaks that up. Ends up on his stick. No goal. Hit the post. Hayskamp looking to clear. He does clear. Hayskamp will clear that. 35 seconds left on the penalty kill for Dynamo. Walker still battles it. Capitals come up with it. Still on Walker's stick. Oh, Walker almost cleared that out. Nice try by Walker. Goes on his stick. Goal. Power play goal by the Capitals. It just seems like the puck is bouncing on their stick today, Bill.
Yeah.
It's wild. Even with the play out front there, the puck ended up on the Capitals player's stick. And a little bit of bad luck for Dynamo there, and they will take the lead here, 5-4, second period. Kalan, Cowison, McCormick up front, Bennett and Monis on the back end. Monis to Bennett, Bennett to Cowison, Cowison up to McCormick, McCormick in control. Goal. Nice play right there by McCormick, and we'll have a tie game, 5-5. Nice play there by Dynamo, with their heads held high, not giving up, not giving in, and we'll be all tied at 5. Monis towards the back end. Capitals come up with it. Capitals cleared out front. Oh, and they still have control. There's the defense that pinches in on every play for the Capitals. Every play their defense pinches. McCormick comes up. Kalan looking to help. There's Kalan and Cowison. Cowison tries getting the puck off. Monis battles on the side. It ends up on Capital stick. And we'll have an offsides on the play. 2:11 left in the second period. Tie game 5-5. Labor and Walker will be on the back end. Hayescamp, Patrick, and Evans. Face off won by Capitals. Capitals will get that deep in the zone. Walker gives chase. Capitals, shot save. That's Patrick. Patrick coming up with it. Patrick to Hayescamp. Hayescamp. Hayescamp goes towards the middle. Tries getting it back to Patrick. Patrick. Capital. Shot save. Now it's on Patrick's stick. Patrick. Oh, they almost cleared that out. We're just waiting for a break. Their defense pinches every time. We just missed that. Pass out of the zone. That's all we got to do is chip it past their D. Evans. Evans gets it. Walker. Evans gives chase. Capitals keep it in. They'll get a shot on. Saved by Wing. Labor. Labor gets it up to Patrick. Patrick gets tripped up, and that'll be a penalty on the Capitals. 1:02 left in the second period. 5-5. Power play opportunity for the Dynamo. Chapman, McCormick, and Cowison up front. Monist and Bennett on the back end. Monis takes control. Monis back to McCormick. McCormick to Monis. Monis tries to center to Chapman. Can't quite get there. Chapman will Bennett to McCormick. McCormick shot save. Cowison gives chase. Chapman right there. The Capitals will clear the zone. Bennett will get control of that. Bennett looking for Monist. Finds him. Monist. Cross ice to Cowison. Capitals will pick that up. Good forecheck right there on Cowison and Chapman. 2 on the puck on the power play. Bennett gives chase. 2-on-1, 2. Oh, cross ice pass didn't quite happen. 9 seconds left. Bennett gets it up to McCormick. All right, 5-5 at the end of 2. Dynamo still be on the power play for 28 seconds. A lot of life, a lot of game left.
For those college hockey fans out there, Quinnipiac right now is up 2-0 on Maine with 9:29 to go in the second. Ohio State is tied with UConn 1-1. Providence is up 3-0 over RPI after 2 periods of play. Stonehill is up 2-0 on Sacred Heart, middle of the first. And Holy Cross has defeated Mercyhurst 4-0. Good game tonight. That will be on rematch from last night where Michigan State beat BU. They'll be playing again tonight at 7 o'clock. That will be a good game to watch.
Okay, so period 3 approaching. Capitals have their lineup out. They're set power penalty kill will be on the ice out for Dynamo. We'll have Hayescamp, Chapman, and Cowison. 28 seconds left on the power play. Manis picks that up. Manis to Walker. Walker. Chapman. Chapman. Chapman will keep that. Takes it up the ice. Stays wide. Capitals will pick that up. Capitals will take it behind the net. Chapman still on that, giving chase. Capitals will pick that up. Cowison will shoot that towards the corner. Walker gives chase. Walker keeps that play in. Looking for Chapman there. That's Hayescamp in to help. Hayescamp still on the boards. Capitals come up with it. Capitals 3-on-2. Picked up. Broken up by Manis. Saved by Wing. Chapman will clear the zone. Capitals enter the zone. Shot. Block shot by Benshoff there. Shot wide. Bennett gets it up to Gadwa. Gadwa looking for Kalan. He'll keep that. Enter the zone. He's going to take that in. And Capitals will come up with that. McCormick. Back to Benshoff. Benshoff just missed that pass. Capitals will take that. Bennett gives chase. Kalan up front. Comes back to Benshoff. Benshoff up to Kalan. Kalan takes a big hit on the boards right there, and he gets right up. Kalan's fine. Benshoff up to Gadwa. Back to Benshoff. Benshoff entering the zone. Shot blocked by Capitals. Capitals looking to clear the zone. Kept in. That's Kalan. Kalan takes another big hit on the side of the boards there. Gadwa tries to center to McCormick. And Benshoff will clear that in. Gadwa takes a quick shot. And that looks like McCormick. Shot block. We got to get closer to the net, Bill. We're taking all of our shots out by the blue line right now. Gives the goalie way too much time to see the puck. When we get the puck deep, we get many more opportunities. Okay, that's going to be nice and call on the play right there. We'll have a stoppage of play. A lot of times we're just entering the zone and taking a quick shot. Not really. That's the difference. The Capitals will enter the zone and wait for players to come in. Perhaps take it wide, maybe slow the play down a little bit. So that's where we've struggled a little bit today. Hopefully the back end of the third period, we won't make that mistake quite as much. Hayescamp on the faceoff. Hayescamp gets it over to Frazier. Frazier. Shot. Save. Good job crashing the net right there. All three Dynamo players looking for a rebound. No rebound on the play. Evans, Patrick, and Hayescamp. Labor and Frazier. Hayescamp wins that. Labor gets it to Frazier. Frazier makes a nice move. Gets it to Hayescamp. Hayescamp. Shot block. Evans gives chase. Evans. Hayescamp. Capitals come out with it. Patrick on the back check. Nice back check there by Patrick. Capitals out front. And they will put that one home to take the lead 6-5.
Kind of looked like most of the Dynamo was just standing around there on that one.
That was
Watching
unfortunate.
the play.
Unfortunate.
Somebody's got to take the puck carrier and just knock him off the puck. Can't let him skate around right out in front of your net like that.
Cowison, Chapman, and McCormick up front. Walker and Monist on the back end. Capitals will dump that in. That'll be Monis. Monis will pick that up. Gets it up to Chapman. Chapman. Chapman clears the zone. Capitals. Capitals will clear the zone there, and that may be an icing. Yes, we will have an icing stoppage of play. Tell you another thing the Capitals are doing is they're not rushing the puck a lot. They're waiting for support. They're not just flinging it anywhere. They do have good puck support with the Capitals right now. Dynamo will win that. Walker will go towards the corner. Chapman gives chase. Chapman in the corner. Knocked away by Walker and Cowison. Walker gets taken down and an offsides. Nope. We'll have a high sticking on that. High sticking will be the call, and we'll end up all the way back down on the far end. So we're going to stick with the McCormick, Chapman, Cowison line, and Monis and Walker. 6-5 Capital lead. And a small mistake with the high stick being called on Dynamo other than the Capitals.
Right. I did think it was Cowison that hit it with the high stick.
Yes. Capitals will win the draw and get a shot off Braden net. Braden Wing will stop that. Nice stop by Braden Wing. Capitals on the draw. Won by McCormick. McCormick back to Walker. Walker tries to get it to Monis. You got Chapman there. Monis will clear the zone. Capitals will pick that up. Nice play there by Walker. He'll keep that alive. That's Chapman. Chapman gets knocked off the puck. Capitals will come out with it. Capitals. That will be cleared by Dynamo. Up to McCormick, up to Gadwa. Gadwa's got Chapman. Comes in. Block shot there. Oh, Gadwa takes a huge hit. Cleared out by Dynamo. Kalan will have an offsides. Capitals will win that face-off there. Kalan comes up with it. Kalan. Oh, nice move by Kalan at the line. Hayescamp and Capitals will clear. Capitals. Capitals in control. Behind the net's Bennett. Capitals. Clear it out front. Loose puck picked up by Braden Wing. Labor and Frazier on the back end. McCormick, Evans, and Patrick up front. Frazier comes up with it. Frazier shoots it wide towards Evans. Evans will clear the zone. Knocked back in by Capitals. Same 5 on the ice for Dynamo. Dynamo picked up by the Capitals. Capitals. Evans clears the zone. Dumped in. Got a nice bounce there, but it ends up on the Capitals stick once again. Capitals will dump that in. Braided Wing will make the save. Frazier will pick that up. Frazier. Try to clear the zone there. Can't quite get there. Evans kept in by the Capitals. That'll be Evans. Evans does clear the zone. McCormick will pick that up. Shot save. McCormick will get the zone rebound. Capitals will pick that up. Capitals clear the zone up to Monist. Monist looking to center that to Evans just a little far. No icing on the call. Capitals give chase. Capitals come up with it. Cowison. Capitals will clear the zone. That's Walker. Walker. Out towards the side. Monist. Hayescamp looking both to help there. And we'll have a stoppage of play by Braden Wing. Hayescamp, Chapman, and Cowison up front. Monist and Frazier on the back end. Or Walker. Monist and Walker on the back end. Same five will stay out for Dynamo. Face off. Won by Dynamo. Shot into the corner. Walker. Walker will shoot it back. Take a hit. He'll get up just fine. Dynamo will clear the zone. Capitals will pick that up. Capitals go behind the net. Chapman gives chase there. Good pinch there by Monist. Is that Monist? Yes, that was. Nice pinch. Cowison will dump that back in. Chapman gives chase. Hayescamp gives chase. Walker. Walker trying to keep that play alive on the boards. Hayescamp there. Cowison will shoot that in. Capitals will shoot that around the boards, and they will clear the zone. Benchoff will pick that up. Benchoff shoots it up. Capitals pick that up. Walker behind the net. Walker. 2 on him. Gets it off to Chapman. Chapman tries clearing. Chapman still battles. It ends up on Gadwa's stick. Gadwa gets it up to McCormick. McCormick entering the zone. Takes it towards the corner. Capitals. Capitals intercept. Take that away. Capitals. Nice job by Bennett. Bennett shoots it back towards the end. Kalan gives chase. Capitals are on it. Bennett. Bennett goes towards the back end. Bennett takes a whack, and she clears it over to Gadwa. Gadwa gets it up to McCormick. McCormick. Scott help. Scott Bennett. Shot wide. Benchoff. Benchoff. Oh, tries clearing that. Capitals. Nice save by Braden Wing. Capitals center again. And it's given away by Dynamo. Nice defensive play there by Dynamo. Capitals will clear the zone. Capitals try to dump that in. Gadwa will get that over to McCormick. And scooped up by the Capitals. Oh, nice play by Frazier. Frazier pickpockets him. Shoots it towards the front. And the Capitals will clear that. Capitals, D to D. No icing on the play. That'll be Frazier. Frazier on the back end will get it up the boards looking for Evans. They will clear the zone. Hayescamp up front, Patrick and Evans. Evans gets it back to Walker. Walker gets it to Patrick. Patrick, shot, save. Nice play by Dynamo. Face off the offensive zone for Dynamo. Hayescamp, Patrick and Evans, Walker and Monist. Smart play there by Monist. Told Walker to take the left side. That way they'll each have a forehand shot on the D. Nice job by Giovanni Monist there taking control. Walker gives battle in the corner. We got Patrick in there to help. Hayescamp coming over to help. Capitals will clear the zone. Capitals will keep it. Hayescamp keeps him outside. Hayescamp still in control. Gets it out of the zone. Up to Evans. Evans. Oh, just shot wide. Patrick will pick that up. Back to Hayescamp. Hayescamp gets knocked off the puck by the Capital player. Capitals battle. Hayescamp's back up. Hayescamp gets it to Evans. Evans tries to center it. Capitals are in the way. Back to Benchoff. Benchoff gets it to Hayescamp. Hayescamp. Oh, nice turnaround there. Evans there for the tip. Just a little wide. Evans looking for Chapman behind the net. Evans up to Chapman, and the Capitals will clear, and they'll get the puck into their zone. Capitals bench off, keeping it out of the way there, and that'll end up on Chapman's stick. Chapman will clear the zone, up to Evans. Evans tries to get it back to Chapman. Oh, big hit right there on Evans and the Capitals. Gadwa gets it up to Cowison. Nope, that was Chapman. Chapman up to Cowison. McCormick takes it out. Capitals. McCormick, shot high. Chase in the corner. Chapman. Chapman now behind the net. Looking for help. Shot save. Cowison. Cowison gets it back to Bennett. Bennett. Shot just wide. McCormick gives chase. Chapman gives chase. Chapman will come up with it. Chapman heads towards the corner. And Capitals will clear it towards the back of the net. Capitals will clear that. That'll be out to Gadwa's stick. Gadwa gets taken down on a hold, and he puts his hand in the air. Holding on the Capitals. Now, 28 has been involved in a lot of body checks, and they get him on the penalty there with a hold. That's an easy call, but it did take a while for them to lift his hands. The Capitals coach is upset at that call. He's crazy. I don't know what he's raising his hands for in the air on that call. Literally taken down by the back end.
Kid have a fistful of jerseys,
A fistful of jersey.
and he doesn't think it's a hold. He didn't even have a stick in his hand.
All right, so timeout here by Dynamo. Looks like Coach MacArthur will be drawing something up on a power play at 2:53 left in the game. Capitals up by 1, 6-5. We'll see what we can draw up here on the power play. Six-five Capitals. 2:53 left. So we'll have Walker. Okay, so we'll have Walker and McCormick on the back end. Hayescamp, Gadwa, Kalan. Kalan goes in. Gadwa gives chase. Capitals. Capitals will clear that. That should be an icing. Nope, it won't be. Braden Wing gets there, gets it to Walker. Walker. Over to McCormick. McCormick. Ooh, Capitals almost intercepted. Capitals did come up with it. Capitals. Walker. Walker helping. Walker's going to keep that. He's got some space. Walker tries getting it up to Gadwa. Can't quite get there. Capitals will dump that back in. Hayescamp. Hayescamp back over to Walker. Capitals are right in the way. Kalan will pick that up. Kalan. Some stick handling towards the middle. Kalan looking for help. Enters the zone. Drops it to Gadwa. Looks like it ends up back to Kalan. Kalan. Back to Walker. Walker. Shoots it towards the middle. Capitals will pick that up. McCormick towards the back. 19 seconds left on the power play. McCormick. It's got some room. Headed into the zone. Stops. Chips it to Hayescamp. Hayescamp. Shot wide. Bench off. Tries to keep that play alive. Capitals come up with it. On McCormick's stick. McCormick gets it up. Capitals interfere. Capitals. Well, once again, we coughed that up right on the blue line. And the Capitals took it over on an easy 2-on-0 and put that one home 7-5. 1:14 left in the game. Capitals up 7-5. Patrick, Chapman, and Evans looking to finish the game off with a bench off and Bennett. Patrick off to Evans. Evans intercepted by the Capitals. Capitals. Chapman on the boards. That's Evans. Chapman looking to get that. Capitals will clear it. Bench off towards the corner. Capitals looking to center. Still on his stick. He does center. Well, the patience of the Capitals has really paid off today for them.
Yes, it has. They've had patience with the puck all day.
Yes, huge. I don't know if it's a great team with patience or they're just gassed because they only have 6 forwards. So they don't even really have to skate. They're just waiting for time and opportunity that they've had. We'll have a stoppage on the play there with 25 seconds left in the game. Yeah, so, I mean, the Capitals really putting it to Dynamo today with 2 lines and 3D. Dynamo will keep that in. Outside is McCormick. McCormick to Labor. Labor. Shot. Cowison tipped that. He did get a save off. Cowison back to Labor. Labor tries to get it back to Cowison in the corner. Cowison, 5 seconds left in the game. And that'll be no more damage done by the Capitals today. So an 8-5 loss to Dynamo. 4-2 in the first game. And that was, I'm kind of shocked to see that with 6 forwards and 5D. You almost want to get the puck deep and pound them. I think the Florida Panthers coach would agree with me there.
Yeah, and this is the first losing streak of the Dynamo season. That's
So
3 in a row.
3 in a row. Correct, Bill. Hopefully next weekend we'll have 4 games at home against the Westchester Express, I believe.
Yes.
So we'll have 4 games at home next week. Hopefully we can turn some things around, work on some things in practice that we obviously need to work on. And hopefully next week will be better for our Dynamo. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks again Bill Monis, for all your hard work making all this possible for the Dynamo organization.